Dude, you
I
take it
mean,
off if you know,
both
Mr. No Need
both
Sleep.
Zine and Alphonse need to sleep for at least 2, or
That's
like
fair.
trance.
I can take all the
Yeah,
watches.
I can
Yeah.
only take 2 of the 4 watches.
Z needs sleep though.
I think Zine's nah, Zine's I'll save that for later.
Well, let's get some sleep then.
I do have the task of clearing the weather in the morning.
I have my own task in the morning too.
All right. Who's up for? Who wants to take the first one?
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
Roll
You'll have
two.
just like roll perception with advantage because like someone is going to be up with you.
I'm rolling for precipitation.
Um, isn't currently raining. You're in luck.
Nice.
The city
I
is
can make it rain
the
tomorrow.
city is incredibly quiet. The last couple of times you were here, you've heard like shuffling and groaning and of the various undead denizens, but what you heard from Sildar is that
Sildar.
as soon as you guys killed the dragon, all the undead just like crumbled into ashes. And it seems that the animals or other denizens of the city have not ventured out. So it is very quiet.
Oh. Because I'm on watch, I would like to do one more thing, sorry.
Okay.
I'll cast one more sending.
Okay.
I will cast it to Ezra.
Okay.
And I'll say the dragon's been slain. There should be no more creatures roaming the city. It seems like we've won. And that's it.
You can hear him kind of like the start of the message just like mumbles it. Seems like your message like woke him up. And he says, "You killed the dragon. It's it's great news. I'll tell everyone in the morning. Well, so much for sleeping tonight." And he just like kind of trails off.
That's kind of rude.
Just curiosity, because it's your world, your depiction of how it works. How loud is this voice in? Because it's like in sender, right?
It'd be like
Well,
a
the sender speaks out loud, but
I mean, I'd say like it's like as if you were just like actually speaking to someone. Yeah, like you're on the phone kind of thing. Like sure you could
it's not some
probably
PA system.
you could probably yell through the sending and you'd be like yelling at the person, but
And also just be yelling into thin air currently whilst people are
right,
trying to rest.
right. But apparently it was enough to wake him up. So
Yep. And then I'll say to that, and then this is the actual last thing. I'll just look at him and I'll say, thank you.
I'll just nod.
And that's that. I'm done. I'll stop talking now.
okay, I'll say you took the first You said you took the first one. There's 4 watches to take. So
I
who?
can take the first two. It doesn't
Okay,
bother me.
that's fine. Um,
Let the others rest.
Esmore, are you up during the first half or second half?
I'll do the second half.
Okay, so you and Alphonse and Vath will all be up at the same time.
Also, I'm gonna DM you a question.
Okay.
It's mainly for flavor and character development, but
Is it vanilla flavor?
It's the best flavor.
It is best flavor.
Are you two doing anything while Zine rests?
No, just thinking to myself.
Um. Okay. Um. Yeah. Eventually, um, you you go back to sleep, and you wake up a couple hours later, and you all kind of shift awake, and you hear a faint as the bubble fades from around you.
just a little.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know if I can do it anymore. No. Oh, my mic's not even picking it up.
I
Lovely.
heard it.
Oh, did you? I thought I
Yes.
was just fumbling my face over my mouth like an idiot. I mean, I was, but if the noise didn't get across, it was weird.
At least we can't see you. Okay, so you have
I
completed
mean, I
your.
could change that if I wanted to.
Yeah, thank God we can't see Noah.
Please don't because my internet's already struggling. Um,
Not.
uh, so let me move this along. It has been another day. Zine, you are now at a -3 ongoing.
Nice.
Yep, got
Moving
the
up in the world.
long rest in. All right, the day's yours. What would you like to do?
Coin sorting.
I would.
So like I said, if 2 of you are on that, it'll take you almost the whole rest of this day. To fill up the bag of holding, at least.
Yeah. Me and Alphonse have got to go on a little journey to the
Well,
store.
what?
Go shopping. I'll pick you out something nice.
Can you not wait?
No, this is actually important.
If it's truly that important, then go for it. We'll meet you back in the city, and I'll let you know when we get there.
In the city, or will we meet you back here?
I really don't think you're gonna find an open shop in this city.
Well, not in this city.
You could also probably scrounge around any of the abandoned shops and find something for free. But it's not like money's much of an issue. And I'll look
Yeah.
back at the gold pile.
Anyways, well, either I can teleport us, Alphonse can teleport us, but if he wants to get back, in case Alphonse can't, then do you mind
Here,
opening up a circle?
I can teleport you.
That'd be great.
Actually, I don't think I can. I think I'm out of my chalk. No, I have one more teleportation left. But if we do make it to the Feywild, I'm gonna
I'll buy
need it.
you some chalk as I'm out.
All right,
Is it
and then
can it be colored chalk?
it just has to have magical properties, I believe.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll try and get you some while I'm out.
Any regular shop that has potions or magic items, it should work.
Will do. Bakery will do.
And I'll use teleportation circle to send them. No, I don't know that one, do I?
No, which one?
The bakery one. I only can save how many? Like I say save, I can only keep or remember a certain amount.
I think you can know as many.
I think it's 3.
That's how many you start with.
Oh, okay. So I can learn more and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because you had 2.
I had Waterdeep, which we still don't know.
Yeah, you do.
No, there's that one that we've never used because we don't know where it goes.
You literally used it like 2 sessions ago to get all the people out of Neverwinter.
Is that where that's the orphanage, right?
No, that's where the old lady from
Yeah,
Mine-
we haven't used
Listen.
it, have we?
You definitely did. It sent you to a tower that when you left, you looked back and it wasn't there.
Okay. I do
I'm-
remember that now. I just didn't write it in my notes.
I'm glad you remember your teleportation circle locations.
Okay, out of all the places you could have put me to, a tower that disappears is one that's gonna disappear from my mind.
Okay, I thought that one would stick out.
Oh, the orphanage.
I mean, I had much more pressing matters to attend to, so I like kind of
You
put
know
it to the side.
So you know of like 3 in Waterdeep itself, and then you know of the one in Tahana.
Yep. All right, I'll send them to the bakery, I guess, and I'll just apologize later to Vendel's granddaughter by buying a bunch of bread.
Okay.
I'll send my apologies with me.
After a
Yeah,
minute,
let her know. We'll try not to use it.
Zine finishes the teleportation circle, and the chalk sigil lights a light purple, and the 2 of you go through. And the teleportation circle fades, leaving just a very faint remnant of like ash where you drew it, and now it's just you and Bath.
God, I hate that guy.
Which one?
Oh. Take a guess.
It's a fair
I'm
question.
I
kidding,
heard
obviously.
and knew the answer.
I'm kidding.
Can
But he
I
does leave us to sort all these coins.
when Vath isn't paying attention or he's grabbing coins or whatever, take a glance at the back of his neck?
Yeah. Give me a
I kind
start.
of don't want him to know.
Start with a stealth check.
Great. Your passive perception's probably 16
Um,
at this point.
I don't know what his passive is.
I don't even know what mine is.
It's underneath all your
It-
It's
skills.
12.
It should
My
be.
wisdom is not good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
mine's 16.
Okay, then give me a perception check. Um, when you first noticed like the spot on his neck, it was just like raised and like dry and like flaky. Um, but now it seems to just a small coin size, like a dime sized, and it's smooth and red. You you've been keeping an eye on him and you haven't noticed him scratch it.
Okay. Vath.
You gonna help or no?
I'm helping. It took a second to catch my breath, get some thoughts sorted.
You need to catch your breath for sorting coins?
I just
It's
died,
not that exhausting. What do you need?
and that still hasn't even fully processed yet.
Fair enough. What do you need?
Can I ask a favor?
What?
Please don't use that mask unless you need to.
Wasn't that the plan? I told you I'd do that anyways, no?
Question: are you currently wearing the mask?
Yeah.
Yes. I never took it off.
Well, now doesn't seem like a time that you should be wearing it.
I
Or
did
just
have
sorting
it on,
coins.
didn't I?
You do.
I'll take off the mask.
You
And I
might
do
not
so.
be too concerned about it, but sorry, didn't mean to ping. There's that spot on your neck. It's changing ever so slightly, but I don't have a good feeling about it. And so far, a lot of my good feelings with this group have been pretty correct.
Fair enough.
He gets a lot of good feelings from Asmore.
No, I don't.
Vath, you like
Nice.
absently minded like pull a pile of coins towards you and you start like a coin like landslide. And both of you give me a perception check.
Did I roll above a 16 for once? Nope.
No.
Today,
You're
boys.
not allowed.
18.
However, both of you notice a like almost fist-sized gemstone now poking out of the large pile of coin. It's a semi-translucent, lustrous black with like glowing highlights gemstone.
I'm gonna reach for it.
Okay, you pick it up and it is a fantastic, beautifully cut black sapphire.
This is an interesting stone. What do I know about this stone, Danny?
You know a lot about
Uh,
stones.
I know a lot
I was
about
waiting
rocks.
to make a joke about that book.
There was a very small section on gemstones. The majority of the book were like about formations of rocks and the different kind of rocks that make up different landforms and where you can find different kinds of stone across the continent. There was a small section on gemstones. This particular gemstone, especially the size and how well it's cut, is worth a lot of money.
I don't think we should tell us more about this one.
I will
I'll look
say
at
though, out
Zine.
of character, you're welcome for making me mad, make you read that book.
Zine,
How
I don't
large
know if
did
we,
you describe it as? I'm sorry.
Little smaller than fist sized.
It's still pretty big.
It's very
Let's
big
go.
and like
That is a huge gemstone.
it
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
is.
what
fucking big.
you know about them, but
No,
that is
I
huge.
know it's an impressive gemstone.
I'm
I
into Esmore.
yeah, like I know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's a
no,
ridiculous
like,
gemstone.
yeah,
Probably not
Zine,
something
I
you
don't
could
think we.
probably sell at a regular jewelry shop.
Yeah.
You're probably guessing.
that's like sell it to royalty
Yeah.
to add to their treasury.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't know where this dragon got it, but
He got it.
it came from somewhere.
Not no
That's for
more.
sure.
I'm gonna just look at Zine. Do we tell us more about this rock?
Seeing how he's been weird about rocks, I'm not too sure.
I only say this because this is worth a lot of money.
I'm I don't know much about gemstones, but I did buy a ring recently.
We're not gonna be able to sell this at a jeweler.
I didn't think so.
The amount of money it's worth, they're not gonna have enough, I would think, or they'll go bankrupt. This rock is worth a lot. What do we do with it? I'll pass it over to Zine.
Which I now have the strength score to carry it.
Yeah.
Um,
As you pass it off, you get like a zoom in shot of like the veins on your forearms bulging as you pass the stone to each other.
yeah, we're just some gym jockeys.
Vath is like huge.
What's your strength score now?
27. I
I'm
have
at
a,
19.
You have a pro wrestling belt on.
yeah. My
Mine's a 9.
ability,
Yeah.
my ability modifier for strength is 8.
Mine's a +4.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Mine is
At least we don't
-1.
need a fourth person to be a strength character.
I'll continue sorting the coins.
Um, shoot. Hmm. Danny, I'm missing a first level spell. Do you mind if I add it? I've been missing one, well, since the level up at least.
I mean, you have the spells from your harp, and then
Well, my one, I can have 4 level 1 spells. I think I'm actually missing 2.
You lost your magic missile spell because your wand broke.
Yeah, but I can have 4 spells. That would be identify, cure wounds, and that's it.
For first level spell slots, you at level 13 you know a total of 16 spells. It doesn't matter what level they are.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16.
And then plus your harp spells.
One, 2.
Not including like fairy fire and darkness, because racial. You just unmatch.
Okay, no, then I'm capped.
Yeah.
I was gonna change out a spell, but
I mean, you can do that because you just leveled up. All out.
yeah, but I don't want to get rid of cure wounds outside of the
Well,
harp.
then pick a different one.
The only other one is identify. I'm trying to get detect magic.
As you're talking about this gemstone, you hear a dissonant whistle. We'll go over to Esmore and Alphonse. You step through, and You take one step in the circle, and your second step is in like a cellar storage room of the bakery that you visited once. You hear some
Sounds good.
muffled voices above. It's quite dark in here, um, but it doesn't bother either of you because you both currently have dark vision. Um,
Yes, I always said that every morning.
yep. You
Just make sure you
hear
take that spell
you
slot.
hear a muffled woman's voice, and then you hear footsteps approaching, and light pours in as you see a face obscured with hair hanging in front as she moves barrels out of the way of the cellar entrance. I didn't expect
Hi.
visitors.
Yeah, sorry. Teleportation, kind of just passing
Yeah,
through
she like kind of
the
waves her hand.
window.
I'm used to it. Just get out so I can hide it again.
Okay. Zine apologizes. Says she'll buy a buttload of bread next time she comes through.
I hope she will. And you both climb out, and she like pushes a barrel back in front of the entrance, obscuring it relatively well.
I'll ask Alphonse. Have you ever been to this city?
Um,
All those say, damn, we're not reading the trade word. Nope.
Let me change the music to that won't work. Once it starts playing. That worked.
Oliver, what are you doing there? Oh, your music sounded like my phone was buzzing, and I was about to get pissed if I got called. Because I'm on call, so like if they call and like, hey, meet me at the shop in 30 minutes, I gotta leave.
Yeah. Alphonse says, only about twice. It's much too large for my liking.
I got arrested here once.
He just like kind of glances your way and says, I probably could have guessed that.
Gee, thanks.
You haven't changed
You
much.
pinned me for some kind. You pinned me for some kind of, delinquent.
As if we weren't both delinquents back in the day.
You're not wrong. As we're walking and talking, I'll make our way towards the trade ward.
Okay. It takes you some time. It's in a strange way, it's familiar and lighthearted as you walk in. You find yourself, you like catch yourself like joking with him, but almost like you used to.
Oh, why am I doing this? Damn it. Um, I'm gonna just pause and say to him, at this point, I don't want to do this, but you understand why I have to.
You see him sigh and just he just nods and like deflates a little bit.
When all said and done, though, I will say that you will be 100% forgiven. And I'll just keep walking towards the shops where I can get the oils and stuff.
Okay. He trails behind you. You eventually reach the shop without much more spoken between you. Go ahead and spend the requisite amount of gold pieces that you need.
Thousand.
The earth that you found comes back with a large wad of things wrapped in it looks like brown paper of some sort. Lilith looks up with you with like little black beady eyes and says, "Would you need anything else?"
Do you have magic chalk?
Magic chalk. I deal mostly in plants, but check across the street. They might be able to help you out.
Appreciate it. And I'll go across the street.
Okay. you have under your arm this big bundle of various plants, and honestly, you have no idea what's in the bag. You just trusted this strange old man to get you what you needed. And you enter the shop across the street, and you're hit with a sickly sweet and also like acrid smell. And you see just like a pole thin man with kind of crazy frizzy hair. His back is turned, and you can see little puffs of like colorful smoke coming out from in front of him.
I know you don't sell perfume here. Ugh.
He turns around, you can see like these big like Coke bottle glasses, and he says, "Oh, I sell perfume too. If you're looking for perfume."
I'm not. I'm looking for magic chalk.
I figured you don't look much one for perfume. Magic chalk for what purpose? There's many
Magic
kinds
circles?
of magical teleportation circles. He like looks at the shelf that's like behind the counter. He like reaches up and pulls out a small box and says, "How much do you need?"
How many do you happen to have in stock?
Probably more than you could buy. As he opens up, this box is like full of it.
Let me get 5 of them.
Let me look at the spells, see how much it costs per casting.
50 gold each. They're 50 gold each.
250 gold pieces.
150. Okay, I'll hand that over.
Would you like anything else? Various volatile substances that burst into flames on contact, or things that
Does what now?
clear a room due to their stench?
I think you already set that off.
No, this is
Or
a
what?
process for a little project of mine.
We're just talking about our, how mischievous we used to be.
Are you interested in
How
some
much were you-
acid?
Some acid? No acid. anything? How about this? Do you happen to have anything that would make a drow feel mildly discomfortable?
He like see his eyes narrow behind these giant glasses that magnify his eyes to look like they're a third of the size of his head. Um, hmm. Well, if there's one thing I know about drows, they don't like bright light. I might have a thing. He turns around and you see his just like lanky arms just grabbing various things around him. And he seems to be mixing them together, and he quickly corks it, and he turns around and says, "If you break this, it will make a very bright light."
Ooh, how much?
50 gold pieces.
Done.
He like carefully, like he still has his hand on the stopper on the top. He like hands it over to you. Be very careful with it. You won't want to be close to it when it goes off.
Obliged.
And he
I'll
takes
start
your
handing out those-
another 50 gold pieces.
Yeah, I just marked that off.
He essentially gave you a flashbang.
That's great. I like this guy. He seems crazy, and I like him.
Yeah, he's a little off the wall. All right. Anything else you're doing in the city?
No, I think I got everything. I just need to go find a nice secluded area away from other people.
Okay. You start wandering the city. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go back to Zine and Vath.
Yes, me.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Pao.
I had to mute because I was laughing.
Why do I keep forgetting his name?
Sildar.
Yeah, that guy.
I mean, we haven't used Sildar in a long time. To be fair, like a full ass year. And then I hit him up out of nowhere. Now he's relevant again.
He is relevant.
I mean, he hasn't lost relevance. It was just he wasn't around.
It's true. You hear the whistle again. It's a.
Can I
it's just
imitate the whistle back?
Yeah, easy enough. It's just like a sharp, just a single whistle. And as you whistle back, you hear Sildar say, "I hope you're rested." Wow, holy.
Is English any of our first languages?
Are you the one who cracked open a beer and not me?
I don't know about you, but I'm well rested.
I'm
Well,
Jesus
let's get
Christ, it's an entourage.
Yeah, he comes around the corner. He has far less men than he left Thunder Tree with, but men nonetheless. You can see he has his normal sword and talon by his side. He says, "Holy fuck. I mean, you said there was treasure, but..."
Sildar, I never thought you were one to swear much.
What's your language?
Vath is yet a child.
He just like kind of motions to the giant pile of the coins. Is like, "And the dragon corpse. I think if any time deserves a swear, this might be the one. You lot
Fair
killed
enough.
this
I
thing,
would
right?
No, it's just sleeping.
with
God, I hope not. As he like goes towards the pile.
without ease. I'll make my way towards Sildar specifically before he starts doing anything. And I'll reach up because he's taller than me, put my hand on his shoulder, and I'll say, I know they were prepared, but I'm sorry for the men you have lost.
He nods and says, they fought well and, well, they knew what they were getting into.
Is there anyone here still with illness or injury?
Well, I only brought back the able-bodied ones. There's still a few that are outside the city, and I think they're slowly making their way to Thunder Tree.
And I'll do my best to treat them when we find them in our presence again. It's the least I can do. Without you, you and your men, this wouldn't have been possible.
Looks like you got beat up a little bit yourself.
There's gonna be like a static pause in Zine's expressions,
A little bit more than that.
and I'll just look at Vath and
Sildar just like kind of like looks over and past using like his eyebrows furrow for a second at your comment, Vath, and like looks back to you and says, "Did you?"
Yes.
I did. I won't make eye contact, so.
As it was happening, I was putting out coins.
Yeah, you're just still sitting on the ground,
Yeah.
just like.
Zine is more of a mentally processing state
Yeah, for sure.
of that whole situation.
You just see Sildar like let out a big sigh and say, "I know it's gonna be rough for a couple days."
And probably longer, you know. He like kind of taps his head.
At least it was pretty painless. With a weak smile, and that's about it. Oh, and the sword is yours.
This Coxie son says, "Are you sure? It seems like you could handle it now."
Maybe now, but take it as a token of our friendship and gratitude.
Nods and says, "I'll put it to some good use." Anyway, I got a couple men. What can we help you with?
Well, we're gathering loot mainly.
Seems like most of the loot is coin. Anything specific you're looking for?
And with that, because I finally fixed my spells, I will cast Detect Magic.
Okay. It's about time.
Yeah, no, I had to get rid of Tiny Hut now that I don't need it necessarily. I got rid of it, so I exchanged that for a first level spell slot.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you cast Detect Magic, and your eyes kind of glaze over like a light blue, and you like look into the pile, and you can see a strong but small ping of looks like abjuration, and then like deep in the back
part of the pile, it's almost hard to look at.
Is it like that
It's
strong of a sense, or
it is
physically hard to look at, as in like it's just so far away or whatever?
no, it's like blinding in a magical sense.
Okay.
You can't even tell what school magic is. It's just so hard to look at. But there's the small thing that you can see, and then whatever is over there, whatever it is incredibly powerful.
Well, if you could, and I'll point in the direction of the first thing that you mentioned, wherever it may be, and say, well, there's something there with some magical energy. If you find anything you think may be magical, I can determine whether or not it is.
Sounds good.
And what it does.
He turns to the men and
So-
says, "All magic items go to these two. Feel free to fill your pockets with as much coin as you can carry, though. There's plenty to go around." And
I'll also look at the men and say, sorry. Go ahead.
Sildar just like starts climbing on the coin pile.
How high is the coin pile?
Um,
I just want to know, like, a general density-wise. Like, I have a 5-foot thing right here that I can see by 5 blocks, which is huge.
Just guessing, visual-wise, it's probably over 50,000 coins.
No, I meant, like, the height of the peak in any of the coin stacks. I just want a general understanding of the density of coin that's there.
It's more spread
For
out.
my own personal sake, it has nothing to do with anything.
It's more spread out than it is tall, but there are some parts that are about probably 6 inches and at most a foot deep.
Goodness.
But
Ridiculous amount of
it is
coins.
just so much coin. It's like the dragon made a bed
As
out
has
of
been.
it.
Yeah, I mean, a dragon sword.
Yeah.
That's how I personally imagine a dragon sword when someone says that, but as the men walk by, I'll say, take all that you can carry and then some, because you definitely deserved it. You're all heroes at this point.
And they
And
spread
I'm
out
going to
amongst
make my way towards that gleaming magic item,
Okay.
the large one. And I was just going to go here because that's the furthest point away.
Yeah. They just spread out over the pile and just like you see some of them are just like shoveling coins in. There's a couple that are being more careful and like picking out the platinum, like Vath is doing, just like sitting over there. Vath, you have like a large pile of just like gold coins, and then you're just like slowly filling the bag of holding. You're like, these are useless to me. you have probably like
Valuable.
I mean,
you probably have like 10k of gold coins next to you, and you're like filling up platinum. Yeah, you easily find this thing and you pick it up and you immediately recognize it. It's another dragon mask. This one's black though, whereas Vass.
which direction
Vass is green.
is Vath facing?
Towards the pile.
Is he facing towards that wall?
No, Vath is basically facing towards you, but like, I would say you're crouched, so you're partially hidden by the pile, and he's relatively occupied.
I would like to do my best to pocket it when he's not looking.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh shoot, I don't have my thing pulled up anymore. Sleight of hand?
Yeah. Vath, you You don't see what Zine went over and got, but she pocketed something, and based on her body language, it looks like she's not about to tell you about it.
Yeah.
That's what you notice.
Whether you do something with it or not. One of the guards just like been digging, like looking for things. Like says,
Hey, I found something! And like holds up what looks like a ring.
It's got like a little mirror on it.
My
Hey, miss!
roll 20 is being really.
You-
There it goes.
You want to look at this one? He's like holding up the ring to you. It's like this guy over here.
Hold on, sorry. You'll have to ping it again in a second.
Just
My
one
roll
of
20 is
the
being
dudes
really
found a
weird.
ring. What do you want to do about it?
Okay. I will take it. And come down, sit, and start my identification process.
Okay. You sit down close to Beth, and you spend about 10 minutes identifying this ring. Let me send you what it is. Actually, you can probably just look it up.
You don't have to DM me, you can just post in the chat.
I don't have it. typed
Whichever
out.
one's fastest for you.
You can just look it up. It's a ring of spell turning.
Huh.
You hear one of the other guys ask Sildar,
Hey, what about gemstones? And you glance over and you can see he's holding a very similar gemstone to the one that you two found.
All yours.
Gemstones are for the finder, mainly.
Speaking of for the finder, Zine. If you don't trust me, you can just tell me.
It's not distrust.
Is it now?
It's not.
Then what is it?
Fear. That mask is doing something to you.
I'm just gonna shrug and go back to sorting coins.
I'll hand over the mask. Or I will put it in my hand and hold it out.
Okay.
For
Um,
Vath to take, if he so wishes.
Okay. I need to take a quick break, so I will be right back.
But no, I'm holding out the mask and I'm looking straight at him.
Vath, you can see that it is another one of the dragon masks. This one, Zine is holding a black one.
I'm just gonna look at the mask for a minute and look back at Zian, and I'm going to reluctantly take the mask.
When he grabs it, I will say, there is no distrust at all. But please,
Only when necessary.
not just that, but let me know if you feel a change,
I
physically
feel the
or
same so far.
mentally. I believe in you. I wouldn't be here if I didn't, or if you didn't believe in me. There aren't many people I'll give my life for, but you're a part of those. And I'll
And I will put the
hand
mask
over the
in
mask.
my pocket. And I will put the mask in my pocket.
Can you turn up your mic at all?
I'm just talking quietly.
Oh, okay, because I have you at 200 and I do have a hood on, so like that kind of doesn't help, but
That sounds
my
like a you
ears get
problem
cold.
then.
Yeah, but my ears get cold.
Just
That's
just
also a you problem.
just turn up your desktop volume.
Oh, true. It's at like 60%
Yeah,
at
come on.
most.
Good, Scrib.
No, it's 100%. Discord is maxed.
As you like, are you like putting it in the same pocket as the other mask?
I would assume so, just kind of unconsciously. Subconsciously, just putting it where the other one is.
You feel the mask like leap out of your hand, and when like you look in the pocket, they have fused together.
The only word that slips out is, "Oh."
From what you can see, more of the mask is complete. It comes down the side and is starting to come down like in front where the face would be, and you can see that on opposite ends the black and the green dragon heads are like raised with mouths open.
I'm gonna sigh, and I'm gonna go back to sorting coins.
I'll sit next to Math and sort coins with him so it speeds up the process ever so slightly.
Okay.
About time.
Esmore, you have wandered the city for a little bit, and I don't know. Where in the city do you end up?
I would say, yeah, I've gone to the dark ward. I'll say somewhere like in the middle of the dark ward, a dock ward,
Dock ward.
the dark ward, dock ward.
Yeah, you find a cluster of somewhat closed up shops. Actually, pretty closely the closed orphanage that you had teleported to once. And from what you've seen, people don't really pass, and the people that do don't look this direction.
Good spot as any. I'm we'll look at Alphonse. Say, ready to get this over with?
Your part might be the easy one. See, like,
What do you say?
He says, your part might be the easy one, and he
Oh,
draws a small dagger.
nah, we're not doing it that way. I'm gonna ask you to put that dagger away.
He sheaths it and says,
then what do you have in mind?
Well, you know why we're doing this, right? So I think it's only appropriate that the reverse happens to you. As I summon 8 wolves. Because about the size of the pack I was in, it was about 8. They're small.
the wolves, like,
Circle him, and they're all snarling, just waiting. Alphonse hasn't, like, he hasn't broken eye contact with you.
Try and make it quick. And I will stick the wolves on Alphonse. Ordering them to go for the quick and easy kill spots. Try and make it quicker.
It is far more vicious and gruesome than you thought. You watch as this summoned pack of wolves just pin him and start tearing him apart. And he doesn't scream. He doesn't even really fight back. But it is still just as savage as wolves fighting over a deer carcass. It is undignified.
A main goal in this whole thing, and you somehow made me feel bad about it. Way to go, Danny.
As far as you can tell, he's stopped moving, but the wolves have kept going.
Order the wolves to stop. I'm gonna check to see if he's still alive.
There's chunks missing. He's
Oh, so he's
on the
dead.
ground, bloodied and unmoving. And his eyes are still open.
Or a pulse? Because he's still alive. God damn.
No, he's definitely dead, but
Okay,
Just-
making sure.
staring
I'm gonna-
into the middle distance, nothing.
I'm gonna shut his eyes. And then I'm gonna get to work.
Let's see here. Let me find the spell. I am going to roll this one. Okay. It takes you time as you roll out this paper bundle that the herbalist gave you. You lay out the different perfumes and oils and herbs that you need. And the wolves stand back and watch. Their jowls, their mouths just bloodied, and some blood is like on their chest and hooves, or not hooves, their paws. Eventually they fade without a sound. And you're left there alone with, well, the body of your old friend and sworn enemy. As you work through casting a spell, the vines are slowly climbing. The buildings on either side slowly start to wrap and encase his body. The grass grows tall around him, until eventually he's fully obscured. And eventually you finish the spell, and inside this plant cocoon, there's a brief flash of verdant green. And you just hear from inside this cocoon.
Rip open the cocoon.
Inside, you see among the torn clothes and armor a you didn't know what to expect. Because of the nature of the spell, it is inherently random. It's near last-ditch effort. And inside you see a stout halfling man. And he slowly sits up and looks at you. And the other thing you notice, his eyes haven't changed color. It is definitely still Alphonse.
Let's say you are forgiven.
He doesn't say anything, and he breaks eye contact with you and just kind of looks at himself. Just sits there.
You okay?
You see him sigh. And then
Sorry to interrupt, but you cut out really hard.
My internet's like been completely garbage all day. I need to reset my router. You see him sigh, and then he turns into a sparrow and takes off.
Ah.
And you watch him as long as you can see him. Eventually, he
I'm just gonna. I'm assuming I was kneeling down to open the cocoon and stuff.
Yeah.
I was gonna get up and then turn the opposite direction from where he went and just start walking. At least I had that thing prepared. I do.
how long
Uh,
how long do you spend before heading back to Neverwinter?
Maybe an hour, and then I'll start heading back.
Okay. I assume you teleport via plants.
Yes, I was double checking to make sure I had prepared. So
Yeah.
it's been very bad, but I didn't.
um and both of you give me a perception check.
Perception. Sorry, I was changing spells.
I'm gonna lock
Um,
this one. Can I lock this?
Sure.
May as well. I haven't been using it for anything else today.
Vath, you hear just a single person approach. The three of you have been sorting coins for most of the day, and the bag is almost full. You probably have maybe another half hour of coin sorting to completely fill the bag of holding.
I'll turn to look at the person that I heard.
From just kind of standing
next to the wall, you see Esmore.
Oh, it's just you. And I'm gonna go back to sorting coins.
Esmore, can you describe what is happening with you right now? Like, how do you feel, and how does that like express itself?
Remorse, guilt,
Displeasure.
displeasure.
Unsatisfied.
Satisfied, but yet unsatisfied.
Melancholy. is a good description.
Yeah. I pretty much just kind of look down the entire time and don't really. It's obvious that I'm like in a trance in a way.
Sildar.
Notice that Alphonse not here, by the way.
Yeah, you don't see Alphonse anywhere. You notice Sildar like looking up the sky and says, "It looks like we're getting some blue sky now.
Oh,
About time.
speaking of,
We might have
then
some
I will
daylight tomorrow."
cast- I will cast control magic.
Control
Or
magic.
control magic. Control weather.
I do that a lot.
I will cast control weather.
Okay.
I'll use
and
Druid Craft to
As I'm
predict the
casting,
weather.
I'll say, I'll make sure of it, and I'll start casting.
It takes like an hour to cast or something, right? 10 minutes? An hour?
I believe an
mistake.
hour.
Okay.
No, 10 minutes.
Okay, you start
But
casting
it,
control weather.
yeah, and it's a concentration up to 8 hours. To keep it that way. And I will make it clear skies and sunny.
Um, as Zine plays a piece on this harp, you'll notice as starting from pretty much directly above you, a slowly expanding circle of blue sky starts to open up, and the sun is low. You probably have like 3 or so hours before like sunset, before it reaches horizon. But the sun lands on Neverwinter in what's been about a month, actually.
We'll just say welcome back.
Did you say that too?
You.
So I figured, make sure. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna lean against the wall and just kind of stare at the floor.
Still just doing what I'm doing.
Just leave B for now. Just holding coins.
Yep.
Once it's done.
Yep, you finish filling the bag of holding, you barely cinch it closed. You're satisfied that you got as much platinum as the bag could hold, and you expect it to be really, really heavy, but you easily lift it because it only weighs like 15 pounds or whatever. But it is full of coins, so whatever else has to go on your actual person.
I'll just fit gold and shit on my person. Let's see. I want to see how much I can carry first off.
A lot.
It's 15, right?
15
pounds
times your
total.
strength score, yeah. Is your max carry
Okay.
weight.
100 pounds of gold seems good.
Sure.
Just coins and shit. How much coins would that be?
Are you just like
100
randomly grabbing?
pounds? I'll
Yeah, just grabbing.
Okay.
I'm not too worried about what's on my person.
That's 5,000 coins.
I
Uh,
do carry
Specific on
another
what the coins are.
30 pounds of
Just however
Well,
much
of
I can carry
coins.
without
Wait,
it being like.
you're asking how much
annoying.
is 100 pounds of coins?
Could I carry 100? I mean, I could carry 100 pounds of coins, but like, can I literally carry 100 pounds of coins?
I mean, it'd be like the bottom part of your backpack. It'd probably be most of your backpack.
How
Well,
much could I carry without it being like an encumbrance with like
just like
literal
volume
space
wise?
on my character?
Um,
Volume wise, yeah.
Like you're already carrying a lot of shit anyway.
Yeah.
I'd say a regular coin pouch could probably hold like 50 coins per, and then depending on how many coin like purses you have. I'd say at this point you probably have like 4 plus coin purses. Because all of you have been like lugging around a lot of coin.
Most of my weight was in like the random equipment I had.
Yeah.
Same.
But I'd say a coin purse can hold 50 coins. Otherwise, you'll need some other form of container. Like a bag of holding.
Fair enough. I mean, I can get rid of a fair bit of copper.
I add 2 to 4 handfuls of coin.
Yeah, I have too much.
Yeah, honestly,
I
there's
just mean,
there's so
like-
much here, so like
I meant like on my person. You can give me a number at whatever time, but
I have 900 copper.
I have 476.
Well, since we're at a big coin pile, can I exchange some copper for just gold?
yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
How
then.
many copper make a gold? 100?
100.
I'm not gonna like literally exchange it. I'm just gonna one
But
for one
like you
exchange
can
it.
do 1-to-1. It literally doesn't matter. There's so much coin here.
All right, I'll do it 1 for 1, and then I'll not worry about it.
Okay, I'll grab 700 gold. That'll leave me with 220 copper.
Cool.
I will get rid of copper and go to 500 gold. Or
That'll leave
521
me at
gold.
980 gold.
My strength score is not as high, but
You can still carry a good amount.
yeah. I mean, you were basically our pack mule for a while.
He's always been your pack mule.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Can I look at Esmore and try to get some sort of feeling as to his emotional state?
I try to stop Zine.
Yeah, just give me an insight check.
And I'm just gonna do it with a word, and then she can decide whether she wants to or not.
I mean, Esmar, are you trying to hide how you?
No, I'm not trying to hide it.
Oh, you're not
talking to
Esmar.
you.
That's not me.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really thinking about it. I'm kind of in my own little space, so he's not really trying to hide it, but he's not trying to show it at the same time.
Right.
He's just in his own space,
How
so-
does like what would Zine notice just
Probably
by
more
just by looking
Notice
at you?
that something happened while I was gone, and it troubles me.
There you go.
Okay. I'll leave it at that.
I'll just tell Zine, just leave him for now. When he's ready, he'll tell us.
It was more like a just look, see his demeanor.
Yeah.
And leave it be, not questioning, just doing what I was doing. Well, it's been a while. And as much as I would like to relish in the loot, it's also saddening as to why we got it. How about we head towards Thunder Tree and call it a time?
Yeah, I understand, but if Esmore's feeling the way he is, then we should probably leave him for a bit.
I agree. I can't use my little hut anymore. Not that I could contain this many people. But as a whole, I can't use it.
You learn something
Without-
cooler or something?
I did. And that'll be for when we choose to celebrate.
Fair
But I
enough.
need some things before I can cast that spell.
Without, talking or anything, I'm just gonna walk up to Zine and just hand her the chalk that I got.
Zine, you have 5 uses of teleportation circle.
Nice. I will half-heartedly throw a pile of gold and say thanks.
You just grab a handful and
Esmer doesn't really react.
okay, the coin just falls to the ground.
That's fine. I'd like to, when we start traveling at least. So when we start traveling, let me know, and then I have something.
I mean, you have about 2 hours of daylight left. So, whether you want to get it out of the city or that, it's up to you.
Mainly out of the city. I'm not a big fan of what's on, how should I phrase it? Celebrating in a disaster. Because that's what it was.
As you're all packing up to go, Sildar picks up another large gemstone. This one is like fiery red. And he says, "Sure you don't want this one?"
What is it?
Have that take a look. He knows more about
Oh, here you go.
stones than I do.
He tosses it to
More
you.
than I'd like to know.
Give me an intelligence check. This one's a little harder to identify.
Can I guidance this one? Because I can kind of prep for this one, right?
Yeah, you close your eyes for a second and then you really study the gemstone.
And intelligence, right?
Yep.
That's not good enough for even a guidance. Anyways.
It is a transparent fiery orange. It's well cut. It's a little smaller than the black sapphire that you found, but it is indeed a beautiful gemstone. Probably worth a good amount too. You just have no idea what it is.
So what's the plan now? I mean, Dragon's dead. What's gonna happen with Neverwinter for now?
We spread the news.
Sildar says,
You
unless you have any carpentry skills, say we let some folks know that there's not a dragon sleeping here anymore, and they'll probably get the idea once the he like kind of points in the sky, clears a little bit.
Fair enough. The only thing I can really carpent are big exploding balls of fire.
It's super good for wooden structures.
Yes.
I have a few contacts within the upper echelons of Waterdeep,
That'll be good.
and we can probably have some people come this way
Yeah.
once they're informed.
When I
There are
get
those
back to
options.
Waterdeep, whenever that is, I can let the Lord's Alliance know, and they'll probably help some folks get set up in Maybe even send a garrison here.
We have, as you saw in Thunder Tree, we have a couple of refugees. People who are native to this area.
Yeah, say we let them know first. Maybe some of this is theirs. Maybe they can even get a head start.
I informed the person that I unlavishly deemed the lead of them.
Nothing like the weight of responsibility and leadership being thrust upon you. He just like has like a sly smile as he's like looking at you, Zine.
A sly smile back. It wasn't my intention, but they're the person I can reliably send a message to and will get some things done and or inform the right people.
Well, we only have so much time
I
left,
have-
so I think we should get out of the city, in case there's other spooky things that didn't turn to ashes when this thing died.
I agree. I'll see if I might not be able to raid a tavern or two on the way out, because celebration is needed. A good time off the minds of the bad.
Alright, as you all pack up, you start making your way out of the city, and you find a mostly untouched tavern, and you just like raid the top shelf.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing bottles to pass around to those who fought hard.
Yep.
Which is
And-
everyone here, but
And you mostly follow Sildar to where they had made camp outside of the city. And there's about 6 or so men that are worse for wear, and then there's a couple that are dead that they managed to recover.
ones that are injured, worse for wear. I will spend the rest of my time,
Eating?
whether it involves spell slots or not. I'll scavenge for bandages or whatever if I have to. Do my best to treat them and aid them
You stabilize them and
in what happened.
make them as comfortable as possible. You won't make it back to Thunder Tree tonight.
Yeah.
So you make camp under the stars without the protection of the dome.
Give me a second. Oh, okay, yeah, no. I can't do anything, so.
Some of the
Oh,
men
nice.
like ask you about the dragon fight, excited for details, and they tell you about their fight outside the city or like in the city itself, and how the treants just like wrecked shop and eventually wandered off.
Did any of the treants, I say lightly because I'm not sure, die? Pass on, whatever you want to call it.
Not that any of them know. They've like both treants seem to have been fine when all the undead like crumbled, and then they just wandered off into the city. And they were just like, we're not gonna fuck with those, so they just left.
Okay.
Um,
Other than passing said bottles of whatever I grabbed around. and I'll even take an extra watch if necessary, making sure
There's so
everyone
many people
has
here that
some
like
sort of celebration.
yeah. Sildar is like the only person from like his troop that like doesn't heavily drink, because he is responsible and will take a watch. Um, um,
I'd
good.
like to be a part of that watch. It to say, and then I'm pretty sure that's it. Other than
Okay.
I want to do 2 sendings, and that's it.
Okay.
And you're on watch with Sildar.
That's
I'll find my way to him, whatever stump or ground he's sitting on. Take seat next to him. Relaxed, of course.
He's got a bottle
Um,
and like holds it out to you. You killed a dragon.
We did. I'd love to be as excited as the rest of everyone, but I can't help but be distraught.
He just nods. It's understandable.
You might have understood what happened, but we did have a death in this fight. And lo and behold, it was I. But here I still stand. I wish I could do the same for you, man. I'm no more special than they are. And I would like to notify that there's some tears welled up. Not flowing, but they're there.
Sildar just like is like looking back over the city as you guys are like on a small rise. Says, dying in battle is
It's what these men live for. I'd say most of them, maybe myself included, feels like it's not a life well lived unless you go out in some sort of blaze of
Victorious.
glory. And, well, they were glorious.
I hope they
He-
felt that way.
He like puts like his big hand on your shoulder and says, "You shouldn't feel bad just because you have good, powerful friends. There's more for you to do."
And though I shouldn't,
My men
people keep telling me that.
did
And
what they did. They gave what they gave because, well, you three can do more. There's no way me and my men could stand up to that dragon. We'd all get turned to ashes or whatever the fuck it does. But you three killed the thing. You liberated Neverwinter. Might not be your last time, you know, brushing with death. But you shouldn't feel bad for those who freely give their lives. There's plenty of other things to feel bad about. He takes another drink.
I'll drink with him and say, I really thought that I was prepared.
He like kind of gives a chuckle. No one's prepared to die.
You're right. No one is. It's just
Can Edmore ever overhear this?
we're not per se being quiet about it. At least on Zine's perspective.
Yeah,
But
you
like
can
a low volume conversation.
Give me a stealth check. See how close you can get. Yeah, you can definitely listen. No one even notices you're there.
It's not the worst thing to be sad about. Dying in glory for a good cause is most of the best of what we could wish for, besides old age, with a slight smile. But I thought I was prepared, and I wasn't. And I am the reason the people who died did die. Responsibility lies within the one who does the calling, not the people who take the call. And I made the call. And I am more thankful than a sword and some coins can provide. But just know this, and I will tell your men this to the end of my days. You and them are heroes. One of the biggest cities we could have imagined fell. And we were there and couldn't do anything about it. We saved as many as we could before, during, and after. And I can't place everyone's death on myself. But I will keep you and your men's death on my own conscience. In good heart and faithfulness. Because while many thought of the action of liberating the city, only few came. And then I'll take another drink. Zine will most likely get pretty intoxicated this night.
You ain't the only one.
Just to try to stop the thoughts.
Yeah. Much to think about.
A lot.
Hey Vath.
We going to the other channel?
Uh-huh. You don't sleep anymore. You haven't slept in a while. And, you know, tonight is no different. How are you spending your time?
Reading. Bath hasn't even drank during the celebration, actually.
You're sitting a little bit away, and as you're reading, you
blink, and you blink slower, and then you feel your head just roll aside, but like your mind doesn't drift away. You're still fully conscious. And then you open your eyes and it's darkness, and you feel a crushing weight, like you can't breathe. And you look up and you can see a small bit of light. It feels like you're trapped in a tight well or hole of some sort.
I'm gonna try to make my way towards the light, like, however I can.
You start pushing against the sides and clawing your way out, and you slowly approach the light, and it's hard. It takes time. Eventually you get your head and shoulders out, and you take a glance around, and you're in a ceilingless like Parthenon, like pillars, and like there's a roof on top of the pillars, but it's like open sky, and you're on some sort of enormous dais like emerging from this hole, and you can see a tiny little man dressed in some sort of white robe, and he's got some sort of crown on his head, and for whatever reason you just feel an immense anger towards this individual.
And I feel an immense hate towards this guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Finger of Death on him then, if I'm that angry.
You reach out, and as you cast, for a brief second, you separate yourself from that emotion. You notice that your hand isn't your hand. It's a giant reptilian claw.
I'll stop casting the spell then.
The spell goes, and it's like split second you notice that, and it strikes the man. He goes just flying. And the crown remains, it falls to the ground and rolls off a little bit, and you look up and you can see 3 more individuals farther away in the distance, and they are dressed very differently. They have armor and weapons, and
You know that they're coming for you, and you know that you're stuck. And what feels like a new emotion for the first time, you're afraid. And your head suddenly snaps up, and you look at the book, and you look around, and it seems like nobody noticed. Back we go.
They do this. Yep. Ah.
I think that's where we're gonna wrap up today's session.
Nah, let's play 3 more hours.
I can't.
Whoa, wait.
I wish we all could, man.
Man.
I'm emotionally distraught right now, anyway. So.
So is Zine. So am I. I'm having a hard time.
Yep.
I almost cried while talking to Sildar.
No.
Like
I
there were
almost-
tears in my eyes for sure. I just didn't blink.
I almost cried during this shit I was doing.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
No,
this
it was
emotional
fully
session.
enjoyment. It was
Yeah.
emotional as shit, but I fully enjoyed it. Like this is what I've been wanting in D&D.
Oh, good.
Emotionally compactful and necessary things happening. Like this is why I'm glad I stuck with D&D this long.
Yeah.
Like besides the fun fights and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad that what I was doing stayed a secret.
Nard.
Oh, 100%. I had no I had an idea, but no idea at the same time.
Didn't go exactly how you wanted it or how you thought it was gonna go, huh?
No,
He
I'm
literally
expecting-
he straight up goes, Danny, why do you gotta make me feel bad?
I
And
didn't
you
say
didn't
that.
say you literally didn't say a damn word.
Didn't say a damn word after I said that.
You
In
stayed
the middle of it, I
quiet.
go, why do you gotta make me feel bad?
Just means Danny's that good of a DM.
Ah.
If he can make you feel that way.
Danny's a damn good DM. Hello?
Yeah.
That's what I
Asshole,
said.
what are you talking
Like,
about?